This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 1857, Living a Life Less Ordinary, Part 2, by Cornish of Everthrive.org, and I'm Justin Malik. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time if you're new here. This is where I read to you, like a big ongoing audiobook, but from many different authors. Today being a continuation from yesterday, so I'd recommend listening to yesterday's episode first. But if you're all caught up, let's get right to Part 2 and continue optimizing your life. Living a Life Less Ordinary, Part 2, by Cornish of Everthrive.org. Simplicity in nature. Simple is daily walks with my dog Chauncey. He and I both prefer new routes and different scenery, but I find solace in returning to old routes where I can observe the change of the seasons, the subtle variations of the landscape, catching the scent of cedar shingles going up on that house on the corner, and the aromatic lilacs emerging on the bush next door. There's something so lovely and comforting in wishing my neighbors good morning, or taking a peek at the new titles in our neighborhood library, or even adding a few titles of my own. The fresh air, sun, and expanse of the world is important for me to experience since both Chauncey and I are inside for most hours of the day. Experiencing nature has been the best therapy for me because it gives me little mental breaks in order to be at my best for the rest of the day. Simplicity in technology. Simple is leaving our phones behind when Josh and I go out together. These phone-free nights have turned out to be the best ever. We allow ourselves to be completely present, captivated, and attentive to each other. A weight has been lifted without the allure of our glowing screens. We're in the 90s again. There is no third wheel, and there isn't any notification-induced anxiety. Keeping technology simple also translates to other situations. Unless I am expecting an urgent call, I have my phone on silent, and I try to limit the times when I check my phone. I also think about why I have an urge to check my phone and try to be more mindful in the future. Sometimes when I'm working, I set my phone to airplane mode in order to really clear up the mental space to fully engage in what I am doing. Better yet, I leave my phone in another room to minimize the temptation. If I simplify by taking conscious breaks from technology and reduce the inclination to multitask, I found that I can be much more productive and engaged. Simplicity in relationships. Simple is the date jar. When we moved in together a few years ago, Josh and I collected the names of unique and well-priced restaurants in our area and put the names in our date jar. We even mixed in some stay-at-home and play Scrabble cards, local coupons, and crumpled dollar bills. So when Friday night comes around, we alternate who picks from the jar. Gone are the days where we spent a portion of our evenings deciding what to do, what to eat, or where to go. Our date nights are spent enjoying togetherness, surprising food, and experiencing the rush of something new. I've also transferred this mentality to making time to appreciate loved ones. I don't just text them, post on their Facebook wall, or comment on their Instagram posts. Now I actually save time to call them or even be with them in person. When I'm one-on-one with a friend, everything slows down and we are simply together, exchanging conversation, making memories. Simplicity in experiences. When I was 18, I traveled to Europe with my best friend. We visited over 11 countries in 19 days, and it was a complete whirlwind of which we remember very little. Glad we took photos. Since then, I've learned to simplify my trips to make them more memorable. Recently, Josh and I circumnavigated Iceland for 12 days, roaming the country in a tiny Citroen motorhome. Our experiences and memories of that trip are a testament to the time we invested to slow down and experience the beauty, culture, and majesty of Icelandic nature. In not over-planning each day, we made room for spontaneous pullovers to check out vistas, Icelandic horses, or abandoned farmhouses. Camping each night was a deliberate choice that we made. Anyone can stay at a hotel and have the same exact experience every time. In addition, we didn't want to be tied to certain hotels and strict check-in and check-out times. We camped to bring our experience down to its bare bones, to grow from it, and have an amazing story to tell our children one day. Simplicity in self-care. Simple is wearing my glasses instead of bothering with contacts. I have a few more minutes to enjoy lingering and lunching with a colleague instead of fussing with dry eyes. I also have a bit more money at the end of the year since contacts are expensive. Simple is investing in colorful fruits and vegetables and making a large batch of vegetable slaw a few times a week to make it easy to consume veggies. Simple is eating mindfully during the week so that a few weeknight cookies or weekend cocktails are a welcome and fun indulgence. Simple is taking conscious deep breaths while I'm working and stepping outside to enjoy a mental break every so often. When I return, I can bring a fresh perspective and energy to my work. Simple is reducing my closet to the essentials so that I don't take too much time getting dressed, and so I have more time to invest in work, leisure, or people. I pay close attention to my closet. Those clothes, shoes, or accessories that I don't touch for a season get donated or sold. The same applies to books, furniture, appliances, or other items. The challenge of reducing is completely worth it because I have a great feeling of accomplishment when someone else can find value in my forgotten things. Simplicity is different for everyone. What might be simple and meaningful for me may not be for you. However, the concept is the same. When I simplified, I made room for the life I was meant to have. My life is free from the business of busy. It's the life my husband and I always dreamed of. It's a life less ordinary. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled Living a Life Less Ordinary by Cornish of Everthrive.org. All right, I had a decent amount of commentary on this yesterday, so I'll leave today's ending shorter. I'll be back tomorrow for Minimalist Monday, so I'll see you there where your optimal life awaits.